Why are you still wearing that?
My clothes, they're gone. Someone tore them to shreds.
This is bad. Who did it?
I don't know. I don't even know why anyone would want to do it.
Someone thinks it's important that you look the part, it seems.
I'll let you go. Bye.
See you later. Back so soon?
What were you doing in the shop?
I don't remember being in the shop.
But I saw you.
I'm sure you did. I'm an old woman. I can't be expected to remember everything.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Why would it matter what I do anyway?
How well do you know Carl?
Him? I know him as well as anyone can, I guess.
What do you mean?
The way he locks himself up in the castle. He never leaves. He's hiding from the world. Why do you think he's doing that?
I don't know.
Me either. What are the chances that the reason is a happy one?
Probably not great.
Right.
What did you mean when you said I was part of the story now?
You'll figure it out.
I think you're just trying to scare me.
And if I am? Is that such a bad thing? You have good reason to be afraid.
Afraid of what?
If you don't know by now, look around. Think. It is a dangerous time to not know who you are and who other people think you might be.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye. Did you need something else?
What's the real story with the monster?
I do not know enough to say for sure, but I do know it is tragic. There are two choices. One, the monster's real. He's a living mystery, some terrible abomination hiding in the woods, something that doesn't belong in this rational world. It could just as easily be something else. Something worse.
Like what?
The worst monsters are self-made. There are people like you and like me, but they have taken a terrible turn. They let everything awful, everything sad take up all of the breathing room in their hearts until all they know is revenge.
But if it's just one person, why the pattern? Why always the same girls?
That I don't know. Every generation has its troubles, Nancy. When the troubles can't be contained, the monster comes out. One thing I do know, it's monsters, human or otherwise, can't stand hope. They can't stand being near a good heart. They try to destroy anything honest and good. They can't bear to remember how they once were.
Why are you really here?
What do you mean?
Anya told me you have a habit of showing up whenever there's talk of the monster. Is that true?
Trust me, I don't keep track of gossip when I'm traveling. The weather, yes. The gossip, no.
From what I hear, it doesn't seem like a coincidence.
I'd watch what I said if I was you. Oh, hello, Nancy.
Do you have a home, or are you always on the road?
Of course I do.
Where is it?
Here. Here's home. Wherever here may be.
It seems like it would be lonely, always traveling.
It is. You're always leaving home. But then again, you're always heading home.
Have you heard much about this monster?
Let me tell you a story a friend told me. She stayed here with her family a long time ago when she was a young girl. Back then the woods outside the castle walls were a very dangerous place, especially for a little girl. That's why her father told her she was never going to the woods alone. This little girl? She had a small red scarf that came all the way from India. It had a parade of gold-stitched elephants, all walking in a line. She was very proud of it, and how far it had traveled just to belong to her. One day when she was playing in the field, a gust of wind carried the scarf deep into the woods. When the girl's older sister saw her walk into the forest, she tried to stop her, but it was too late. She couldn't catch up. 2 girls went out into the woods. One came back.
What happened?
There were monsters in the woods that night.
What kind of monsters?
Does it matter what kind? That girl never came home, never saw her family, her friends ever again. Who cares what name, what kind of monster it was? That means nothing.
The story about the girls. Who is this friend who told it to you?
You wouldn't know her.
I'm just curious. Is she your age? Is she from here?
Why won't it matter to you? Leave it alone.
Thanks. See you later.
Bye. Back so soon?
Do you have a family?
I did, a long time ago.
What happened?
I've lived to be very old. Not everyone is as lucky as I am.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be. We had beautiful days while they lasted.
Why are you here?
I'm a traveler, much like you. I see the world, I tell stories.
But why are you here now?
I do not know yet. If our time together is a comedy, then I was brought here by coincidence. If our time is a tragedy, then it must be fate.
Has anyone tried to fight the monster?
What do you mean?
Seems like some of these girls could have used some help. Aren't there usually knights in shining armor in old castle stories?
Yes, there were as many knights in shining armor back then. In fact, there are many around today. Do you know what that really means, knight in shining armor?
A hero who saves the day.
No. A knight in shining armor never did nothing for nobody. He never fought. A knight in dented, scraped armor. Now that's what you want. You want a knight in shining armor? Go see Karl. Anyway, what's with this knight talk? You hardly seem like the damsel in distress type.
True. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here. How did you become a storyteller?
It's a long story. What? Nothing? That was a joke! Always Americans, you have to tell them you are making a joke. Come now, we do it again.
What?
Ask again.
Okay, how did you become a storyteller?
It's a long story. I say this jokingly.
I get it, but I'm still curious.
All right, a pity, love. That's enough. I can move on. It was bad times. Between the wars, I was out with my father and my sister. We had been traveling for a long time. Very long. My sister, she was very sick with a fever, and it was raining. She needed a warm fire very badly. My father and I knew this. Finally, we see a fire in the distance and a group of men. Like I said, it was bad times. Everyone was very scared and very used to fighting, sometimes killing, to get by. I could see my father was afraid. He said, "Follow me. If they do not laugh, you must run." I followed him. We got to the fire. The men, they grabbed their guns. I thought, this is the end. My father looked at them and he said, "Gentlemen, you smell bad. You're ugly and your mothers dress you funny."
What?
I know. Dead silence. Then, suddenly the biggest one with a scar like this. He starts to laugh. Then they all do. Next thing, we are by the fire. My father, he tells stories all through the night. My sister, she's okay. In the morning, we leave as friends. And I just knew I wanted to be like him.
Have you ever seen anything as strange as this monster on your travels?
No, but I've heard stories. Every place with a history and a dark corner has its own monster to worry about.
Why do you think that is?
2 possible answers. The world is either full of bored people or extraordinarily shy monsters.
Do you do a lot of traveling?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing about traveling?
These days, less and less. Since I've been a little girl, the world has decided to spend each day forgetting what makes it special.
What does that mean?
A long time ago, when you would travel from town to town, each place would be different. You'd never know what you were going to find over the next hill. But now, it's all the same. Now you just wonder, will the fast food place be on the left side or the right side of the street? I feel bad for your generation. There's less to explore.
I still think there's a lot to see.
There is, but there is also less. What you think of as wild now is nothing. Too many people want to tame this world, and too many people think that they have.
What do you mean?
The world is a dangerous place.